Good morning, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, I am going to be doing a reading and energy update for our beautiful collective here on YouTube. Now, this is possibly going to be a bit of a shorter message. I don't know what's going to come through the cards yet, so if you would like to receive a message today, then I invite you to focus on the energy of the situation you would like some guidance about. You can also like the video and subscribe to the channel, as this does tend to allow me to pick up more easily on your energy. Okay, so what do the beautiful souls listening to this reading need to know at this time? Right away, I have the Rest and Rejuvenation card in the reverse position. So I may be speaking to a divine feminine here who has had some disruption in her sleep patterns recently. So you may have been feeling a sense of restlessness or urgency that might be hard to pin down for the specific group of people I'm speaking to. Now, do keep in mind that I tend to channel many different people and energies through these readings, so only take from the readings what does connect with you in a personal and intuitive way. As I always say, it's really your own intuition that is the compass of your life. I'm getting a name with a G in it. For some reason, I heard the name Gabriella, but there could be some letters from that name that are in your name or in the name of the person involved. With the Victory card, I feel this being a powerful sign of confirmation for someone who has been feeling restless, feeling a sense of urgency, that everything is being worked out for you. I'm hearing your guide say it's being worked out from behind the scenes. Release any need that you might feel coming up to try and control this situation from the external plane, because I'm getting a message that if you have been feeling that restlessness, that urgency about something, but not really knowing how to move forward with the situation, then something is being coordinated behind the scenes. I'm actually hearing someone's guides here say, you feel like you're at a red light or a stop sign intuitively, meaning your intuition is telling you to pause, telling you that there's nothing here specific in the 3D world for you to do necessarily, even though you're still feeling that restlessness and that anxiousness. And that is because your intuition is telling you that things are being coordinated for you behind the scenes, in the spiritual realm, in the energetic realm. And there may not be a specific action for you to take in this moment in the physical worlds. Wow, the two cards coming out from the Starseed Oracle are Messenger and also a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. And I'm hearing your guides say, what's necessary for you to do right now is to continue holding that frequency, holding the vision, holding the frequency of what you are desiring to create or attract into your life, and allowing the rest of it to unfold naturally. I'm also seeing with this Messenger card that you are quite literally a messenger spiritually to the planet. And just as we have that saying that goes, don't shoot the messenger, don't blame the messenger, I feel almost as though there may be people that are triggered by your message. But when I say your message, I really just mean your energy, your vibration. They are I'm hearing you are an illuminator. So they are illuminated by your light, but not everyone is willing or ready to face what you are illuminating within them. So I'm hearing that part of why your soul chose to incarnate specifically on planet Earth at this time, which, by the way, this is a bit of a side message, but for someone listening, I'm getting the name Mary or Maria for someone also. For someone listening, you actually may not have incarnated on planet Earth for a few centuries prior to this incarnation. So you actually, and I'm getting chills all over, just reading into like the Akashic record of your soul here, the history of your soul. It feels like for someone I'm speaking to, your most recent incarnation may have actually been in the 17 or 1800s. And you might know that this piece of the message is for you if you've always felt a strange pull towards that particular time period, towards learning about that time, or towards very old-fashioned ways of thinking or being. I'm hearing homesteading. So you may be someone who really loves to garden or to work or do home renovation or to really focus on cultivating a beautiful living space. Again, I keep seeing something about a garden for someone, but this actually may be because you were living in a time in your most recent incarnation where that was a lot of what your day-to-day life entailed. Now, of course, I feel the need to re-emphasize that I really sense I'm speaking to a very specific group of people here. So only take this message if it does connect with you. But I do feel, circling back around to the point here, that although you may not have incarnated for the last few hundred years, you have chosen as a soul to come back to Earth at this time. And this was a really monumental decision for your soul, because I'm getting that for whoever I'm speaking to, you were really on the fence as to whether you really wanted to do another Earth incarnation, because your soul has reached a really high level vibrational frequency. I'm hearing ascended, like in many ways you have this ascended kind of energy to you. You're a very ancient soul. So this means that unlike those who might have a soul that is naturally of a bit of a denser, lower vibration, maybe they've lived less lifetimes, they may be newer souls, therefore more acclimated to the density of planet Earth. For you, it's very different. You naturally are not acclimated to these denser frequencies. I'm hearing physical bodily tension, chronic illness. For some of you listening, you may have struggled with these types of things during your life, chronic fatigue, feeling very out of sorts physically in your body. And again, I'm not a medical professional, so I always have to say that you should always consult a doctor or medical professional first when it comes to anything physical in your body. But I'm feeling that for many of you listening, it's almost like your soul, your soul's essence and energy has always struggled to acclimate to the density of being human and to this physical life experience. Yet you volunteered to come to Earth at this time because Earth has needed a certain number of very high vibrational souls like yourself to seed in this higher level frequency and build to this kind of like tipping point moment energetically, where then the collective consciousness could ascend to a higher level, to very often what we call the fifth dimension. And so you have been incarnated here at this time to play an essential role in helping the collective consciousness ascend from a third dimensional vibrational frequency to a fifth dimensional frequency through being the embodiment of those higher level frequencies. But I'm hearing before they were ready. So it's almost like many people, in fact, I would say a very high percentage of people you come into contact with, it's almost like your job to be more than people are ready for in the moment. So very often during your life, you have probably been labeled as being too sensitive, being too much too soon. You may be someone who is very open with people emotionally, energetically, even strangers, people that you just meet. And you may feel a struggle at times because your entire life, maybe you've been labeled as coming on too strong, whether that's platonically or in romantic situations, as being too much, being too open. But really, this is because you have always been the embodiment of these higher level frequencies that we collectively are now beginning to shift into in a big way. So what you might find is that when you meet people in the moment, you may seem like too much to them because they are not ready yet for you. You are there to show them a glimpse of what unconditional love looks like, of what freedom looks like, what abundance looks like. But very often, they will not be ready physically in that moment of meeting you or connecting with you to receive those frequency codes fully. However, they will find over time that you are unforgettable. It's like this strange dynamic where you leave this impression on people you meet, even people who were not ready to receive you at the time, which is actually the majority of people. You, in a sense, activate them, leave this impression of your high vibrational energy on them, and they carry that new frequency with them and actually begin to attune to it. And in doing so, to actually raise their own vibration over time. And this is actually beginning to happen collectively with people from your past. So your guides want you to know that people who may have seen you as being too much too soon, we're getting contract in the reverse position. In a sense, karmic contracts you fulfilled from your past, which, by the way, karmic contracts don't have to take up what we think of as a long period of time. They could actually be very momentary. We could have a sort of karmic contract, even with a stranger that we briefly speak to on the street and then never see again. And I'm getting that you've had actually many of these types of contracts where you may have had brief, meaningful, intense interactions with strangers, with friends. Many of these people you actually may have a strong past life connection with. I'm hearing tying up loose ends because, as we mentioned earlier, it's been a while since you've had an earth incarnation for many of you who are listening here. So in a sense, part of why you came back to earth as well is to tie up all of these loose ends karmically. So you may be encountering throughout your lifetime many different people that were really meaningful to you on a soul level in a past life. And so you might find that your life is marked by brief, intense, meaningful interactions with people that seem to come out of the blue and then leave your life just as quickly. Again, this could be in a platonic or a romantic sense. This could be a dynamic that you've experienced in the past. But what your guides want you to know is that with heart chakra in the upright position, you live so open-hearted, and that is such a rare thing on this planet. And that open-heartedness allows you to embody that frequency of unconditional love. So while people might immediately in the moment feel triggered by the intensity of your unconditional love, they also will not be able to forget it. In a sense, even if they see it as too much too soon, they also will over time become addicted to it. You may experience this as well, where in the moment, you being so open-hearted or so unconditionally loving or open may actually cause people to negatively react to you, to pull away from you. But over time, they're beginning to realize that you have an unforgettable energy because you do carry that frequency of unconditional love. So what I'm seeing is, don't be surprised if people from your past who you thought rejected you actually come back into your life, desiring to know what you know, desiring to connect with you, really desiring at an energetic level to connect with that energy that they subconsciously recognized within you as being really powerful, even if consciously it also triggered them and therefore scared them a little bit at the time. I'm specifically seeing for some divine feminines, there may be romantic situations, even karmic situations from your past, where this even could be someone that you didn't connect with very meaningfully. You may have just gone on a few dates or dated for a brief period of time, but many people from your past have actually begun to think heavily about you consciously again, because they themselves are experiencing this spiritual awakening that's been in progress for them for a long time. So collectively, many who have been living very unconsciously and very unawakened are beginning to awaken, including these people from your past that may have at the time seen you as being too much or burning too bright. So I'm hearing finding ways to contact you. So even if you're not on social media, I see people searching you, but not getting search results. So someone I'm speaking to here, you may not really have a social media presence. And that might confuse these people even more, because it's almost like you've left this really powerful effect on them. And now it's like you're a ghost, or like you've disappeared, but they still can't get you off of their mind. The interesting thing is too, and I could be speaking about one specific person from your past here, but there's someone here who, and this could be romantic, but someone who lived a lot in distraction. So they were very connected in with social media. They may have scrolled through their social media pages a lot. They may have been connected with a lot of lower vibrational feminine energies, if this is a masculine that we're channeling into here. And he may have been connected in with many of these energies in a visible way. So these were people that he was either seeing on a day-to-day basis or on social media connected to. But for whoever this masculine is, he is really perplexed at this time, because you, divine feminine, are much more mysterious. You're almost like a ghost. It's almost, when I say you're like a ghost, by the way, what I really mean is it's like you are living in an entirely different dimension. I could also use the word angel, although I know that sometimes comes with kind of strong connotations as well. But many of these masculines would refer to you almost as angelic, or they might call it a ghost, depending on how they think of it. But essentially what they're saying is they perceive that you are living in this higher level dimension. I'm hearing otherworldly, almost like you're not of this world. And what's really perplexing them is that it doesn't seem to matter whether you are in their visible reality, because they are still thinking about you heavily, constantly, even if the two of you aren't connected on social media, even if they aren't seeing you on a day-to-day basis. And this is surprising to them, because I'm also getting typically this masculine may be someone who has considered themselves very visually oriented. So they may be someone who's typically an out of sight, out of mind kind of person. And this may have even created a bit of a fear in you, divine feminine, like, if I am not in this person's physical vicinity, in their day-to-day reality, or on their social media feed, will they continue to even remember me, let alone think about me? That may have been a human kind of ego-generated doubt that came up, but you still chose to focus on yourself, on your frequency, on your energy, to surrender fully into the timing of your life, and possibly into the timing of this connection as well, if this is some kind of romantic connection, and not to try to force or push your way into this masculine's physical life just to be known or to be remembered. And ironically, the fact that you were so self-loving and so knowing of your worth that you didn't need to be constantly seen. You didn't need to constantly reach out and communicate or try to make your presence known to him. That actually only causes this masculine to be more infatuated and enthralled by you. I know that was a bit of an unexpected message here at the end of this reading, but I really do hope that that message has reached whoever needed to hear it. I am going to pull the final Rumi or not Rumi, a final Lovers Oracle card. I usually pull a Rumi Oracle card, but I actually felt guided to a different love deck for the end of this particular reading. But I do want to say as well, if you are resonating with my energy, I invite you to subscribe to this channel, join our beautiful community of like-minded creative beings here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Magnetize Yourself, and those links are in the description box under the video as well. So yeah, the card to come out first from the Lovers Oracle is look inside yourself. And I feel that if you, Divine Feminine, were dealing with a situation with this masculine from your past, you chose to, I'm hearing cut ties, cut cords, or just to really withdraw yourself from his physical day-to-day reality, which is actually causing him to ironically think of you even more frequently and want to reach out even more frequently. I also have the card, criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. What I'm really getting from this card is that surrender is bringing powerful transformation into this connection. In the past, you may have held on to what you wanted this connection or this person to look like or be like in the physical world. And through surrendering your expectations and physical attachments, I see that this connection is actually aligning with a higher timeline. And you're beginning to see, or will soon begin to see, powerful evidence of that transformation, of that alignment of this connection with a higher timeline trajectory. We also have the card, only time will tell. So I see you, Divine Feminine, being in this really beautiful, surrendered place when it comes to your life, but also the people in your life or from your past, really living by the affirmation that I have been bringing up a lot recently, which is, I am allowing, and then fill in the blank, to align with its ideal version. Whether that's your body, your health, your life, your relationships, your finances, your work. And so really, if you do want to lock in the energy of that affirmation, you could also consider typing it in a comment under the video. Writing or typing does amplify vibrational frequency. So you can feel free to comment under the video if you feel guided to do so. I am allowing, and then fill in the blank, to align with its ideal version. Also, feel free to let me know in the comments if anything here did connect with you in a meaningful way. I always do love hearing from you, building that sense of mutually supportive, uplifting community here together on YouTube. I also do want to let you know, as a bit of a side note, for those of you who have been following my channel for a while, you know that I also create subliminals, and subliminals are meditations that contain subconscious affirmations, meaning that your mind doesn't fully consciously recognize the affirmations, but that's also why they're incredibly powerful, because these affirmations are able to bypass that conscious filter of the mind and sink into the depths of your subconscious mind, which research has shown that the subconscious actually controls 95% of our life. So in my own experience, subliminals have been the single most valuable, powerful tool that I've been using for years to shift and align my own energy and frequency very quickly and manifest in my own life. And I love sharing the subliminals I've created with all of you as well. For the last year and a half, I have been transferring my subliminals website into a mobile app form, and I am so excited to announce that app is now available in the app stores. So you can download my Subliminals app, Sound and Soulful, on the Google Play Store or the Apple iOS App Store, and I will be leaving links below that you can use to download the app, and the links will be in the pinned comment as well. If you sign up to the app now, you also will have an extended free trial period, because The app is technically still in a testing phase. Payments are not yet integrated, but will be within the next few weeks. So if you would like to try out my subliminals for free, then now is a really great time to download and sign up for the app. And again, information on that is under the video. So thank you to all of you who are here co-creating this reading. I am sending you all so much love today, wishing you a beautiful day, and I will connect with you here again in the next video.